diligent, hard, methodical, intentional, and progressional work to develop a quality football program. It's gratifying to see sequential changes, a pattern of unbroken growth, and smiles on a daily basis at our football facility. I'm really proud to be associated with this team, this group of young people, what they've accomplished and what they've overcome to reach this stage. While this stage is not the end by any means, it certainly is a different chapter, a different opportunity, and a different setting for us to continue to grow, learn, and expand our program. We're thrilled to be able to measure and compete against one of the premier programs in college football. And I think Coach Sweeney's done a remarkable job not only reaching the pinnacle, but remaining there. And what I think we all understand, and maybe not, and maybe it hasn't been documented quite enough, is how hard it is to stay there once you're there. And so I think Clemson has done a really nice job of maintaining once they've reached a certain level and an elite level of achievement. I look forward to everything about this game. I've enjoyed the preparation as it's advanced our program. And again, I'm thrilled to be the head coach of the University of Virginia, all that it represents, the academic focus, the type of young people that we bring, and the ability to demonstrate what kind of football we're able to play.
Okay, questions, raise your hand. Let us get the mic to you. Our first question is in the front row, checkered shirt.
Yes, Doug Dowdy with the Roanoke Times. Have you ever had a quarterback who had as many touches as Perkins does in terms of, obviously, rushing attempts and passes?
We were on a trajectory similar when I was the coach at Brigham Young University with a quarterback named Taysom Hill. Taysom's seasons became shortened because of injury. So it didn't come to fruition, the same volume we would have hoped it would. But Bryce has been the first quarterback with the volume of touches through the air, on the ground, and really the amount of offense that he is responsible for. The path was started again at Brigham Young with Taysom. The quarterback and the sustainability wasn't or didn't manifest, so Bryce is really the most and best that we've had.
Again, first row.
David Teal with the Daily Press. Bronco, at least according to the stats, Jalen Briggs did not play against Virginia Tech. Was there a reason for that, and do you expect him back this week?
He'll play, yeah, and probably the stats were off, so there wasn't any reason that he shouldn't have been listed, and there's no issues with him.
Front row to our right.
Hey, Coach. David Hood with TigerNet. Dabo was very complimentary of you this week and almost seemed to think that the two programs, from a culture standpoint, kind of mirror each other and said that he could see that in you from the beginning. How important is that to not only have the football aspect of it, but the football or the culture aspect? And do you see the similarity between the two programs?
So addressing the question maybe with most relevance first, I believe that culture precedes performance. We spent an entire year, our first year, our 2-10 season, of doing nothing other than try to establish a culture that would gain some kind of traction. An analogy of planting seeds is fairly accurate, but really trying to push roots to gain something to build from, which really had little to do with football. I don't think, we'll put it this way, I have no interest in building a program nor being involved with college football, period, unless it represents something more than football. And with that genuine and authentic belief, then it becomes something more than football, which is cultural. And then there's relationships that can be formed based on depth and principle that yield a much different level of satisfaction and happiness when success on the field does actually catch up to it. And so I believe that each coach within his own principles and his own personality, if they do it really well and intentionally and authentically, then there becomes an identity formed with that, and it seems to me that Clemson has done that as well. In comparing the two programs, I can't say how similar, but I do think the focus culturally has been emphasized similarly and is manifest similarly. other than Clemson certainly is farther ahead and has reached a different level in terms of exposure and sustainability, while we're becoming. I would say we're at a different stage.
Second row.
Hey, Bronco, Will Vanderbilt with the Clemson Insider. Wanted to ask you about Isaiah Simmons, and when you turn on the film, your first thoughts of him, and then how different is he compared to maybe most defenders you go up against?
Well, when I turn on Clemson film, there's a lot of players that are really good, and just the sheer volume of capability by number is